For some of us, personally, I'm guilty, we spend months making our Christmas list, dreaming about that perfect gift we can ask for. But for others, the greatest gift isn't the newest iPhone or iPad, but rather it's a simple message of hope and God's love. Reverend Trinita Bowden, president and founder of Arise Ministries, has made it her mission to deliver that message to communities that are suffering from crisis and desolation. And she's doing it all with Christmas stockings. Hi, Trinita. Thank you so much for joining us.
Thank you so much for having me. It's really a joy to be back.
Absolutely.
Yes.
You started Servant Sock Christmas Project in 2009, filling just 50 stockings.
Yes.
And today, you're filling about 1,000?
Close to 900, over 900 stockings we've done so far in the last 2 years.
Wow, that is so awesome.
It's wonderful.
How did you guys get started? How did Servant Sock get started?
Well, it started, like I said, in a living room with about 50 stockings, and God just basically showed me Isaiah 52:7 and said, how beautiful are the feet that bring the good news. And he just said, it's time to go forth and bring healing and demonstrate my love to these precious people in the north. And so we started with 50, went to 200, and now we're at 900. And I heard the Lord's cry just saying it's time. They're a forgotten people. Our Aboriginal people are in a faraway land, feeling very isolated, feeling very alone. And there's many people that don't know anything about some of the northern communities, Tanner. So it's really an honor to be a part of that. And so we share the gospel and share the demonstration of God's love to them.
And you focus in particular on people who've experienced crisis in their life.
Yes, our goal is to really reach all First Nation communities. So far we've reached 20 communities in, I would say, the 7 to 8 years. And so our whole goal is to try to reach all the NAN of Ontario communities. And we started in Newfoundland, but we'd like to reach as many as we can in Ontario and then go to northern Quebec. But you know, it's one of those things where you just really, I don't really want to label the time frame and the amount of people. I just want to reach all people, really.
Absolutely. Well, you've experienced quite a bit of crisis in your own life. You know, you talk in your testimony about all of these things that you experienced, and you kind of went through this downward spiral, and then you heard the voice of God. Do you think that is why you have such a heart for people who are experiencing such difficult times? Yeah,
I think, well, you know, God's heart is, he's concerned about the people. He's concerned, as I'm thinking about Exodus 3, you know, he shares when Moses met the Lord at the burning bush, and God says, I've heard the misery, I've heard the sufferings of the people. And I mean, even for myself growing up, he saw the desolation that I had and the challenges I had at Christmas time. And when I think about a lot of the Aboriginal people in the north, many of them don't have good Christmases. They struggle with loneliness. We ministered to the elders just recently, and one gentleman said, I just feel so lonely. And so, you know, I really believe that God uses our challenges, our difficulties to bring hope and healing to other people and to demonstrate that there is transformation in the midst of desolation.
And most of these people that you're delivering these stockings to, are they Christians? Are they believers?
Some of them are, and some of them are not. And we're really blessed to have many Christian leaders and chiefs. But some of the people are not Christian, and that's the joy that we have the honors of bringing, is sharing the hope of Jesus. And we bring Jesus DVDs to them in Aboriginal language. And one of the things that we do is we encourage them that they're winners and that they're valuable and that they're special. And during our time of the excitement of the program, many give their hearts to Jesus in the end.
That's awesome. I think that's so important, especially during Christmas time, because, you know, if you think about it, Christmas is often about Santa, when really Christmas is about Jesus' love.
That's right.
And so being able to share that with these kids that, you know, that don't even know Jesus is so powerful.
It is. It's very powerful. Yeah.
Well, you know, I think also these kids are experiencing this desolation, so they're hardened. Do you ever find that when you're giving these stockings out to the children that they don't even know how to react because they've been hardened by the crisis that they've been through?
You know what, to be honest with you, so far every year I've done this, I've not really received that at all. I've seen such a joy. When we prepare the Christmas stockings, we get a lot of prayer warriors praying. And we anoint those stockings with oil, and we declare healing over those precious ones. And our goal is when they hug that Christmas stocking, that God's joy would just pour through their little lives, as well as the parents and the families. And some of them are a little, apprehensive and kind of wondering what's going on. But when we start the program and we go out there, it's just absolutely incredible, the joy that you see on their faces, and they're excited.
In particular, we were talking a little bit earlier about the little girl who received the princess dress.
That was a miracle. Some precious person, I'm not sure who they are, one of the host churches packed a beautiful princess dress. And we were in one of the precious communities last year, and we gave this little tiara on this girl. We put the little tiara on her head, and we packed the princess dress as a prize. And so we were goofing around, having some fun, and the little girl came up to me and she showed me a hand. On her hand there was I love you on it, and it had a picture of a face. And she pointed and she went, "They're dead." And I was like, what is she talking about? And then when she walked away, the pastor had told me that her mom took her life and committed suicide. And my heart just dropped at that point. I thought, you know what, this girl, right away that dress came before my eyes, and God said, give it to her. And it was the most precious moment. And when a lot of the children had left, I didn't want to send her out, but we pulled her aside and I said, I have something very special to give you. She already had the princess tiara on. I had no clue on the prophetic connection of that. And so anyways, we gave her this princess dress, and she opened it up and she put it to herself, and she was just like, I'm a princess. Like, you could just tell she got it.
She had so much joy in her life and in her heart at that moment. And I think that also on that day, it's so important because it's not just about the gifts. You encourage these kids with activities to have so much fun.
Yeah, exactly. And it was interesting because what I wanted to say is that she recognized her value. I'm a princess. I am valuable. And when we honor those children, we honor them with these little winner medals that actually say winner. That's one of our themes we do every year. And it's so neat when I encourage them to say it. I am a winner, and I want them to know that they are valuable, that they're not alone. And so yeah, that's really our message, is encouraging them and letting them know that they have a voice, they are special, they are valuable. And you might be here in this faraway land thinking that nobody cares for you, but all the way in the city, all the people here prepare stockings of love for you.
And it's so important for the churches to be involved.
Huge, very much so. I remember many times just weeping at the altar praying about that, because as we know the history even of the residential school system and the challenges that a lot of our Aboriginal people have faced, and I really believe that this project, and it's our prayer that this project would be a seed also to encourage the church to come alongside to demonstrate healing, not just about the toy, but it's to help them understand that these people matter, they're valuable, they're special, and that we need to be wise to learn a little bit more rather than to get so consumed with their busyness of life, but to recognize that the First Nation people of Canada really matter and they're valuable. And the church, I really believe, has a huge impact on bringing healing, not just in temporary projects, but over a period of time until Christ comes. We've got a lot of work ahead of us.
So if there's a church out there that wants to get involved and volunteer, how can they do that?
They can get a hold of our website and call us at faithariseministries.com, or actually faitharise.com. And what we do is we send them off a letter, and we hope that we can do a presentation, share about the project with them, and we would love to have some more people come on board with us.
Wow.
Yeah.
Well, Trinita, you have done so much in your life. You have preached, you're a singer, you do so much, and you speak to people all the time. So you're just one person who's making such a big difference. So I encourage everyone out there to just get involved and serve and give back. And if you want to find out more, you can check out Trinita's website, Faith Arise Ministries.
Just faitharise.com.
Faitharise.com. Thank you so much for joining us.